Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Hi guys, and welcome to another Fool of the Week. Now, usually Fool of the Week is based on some foolish behaviour that happened recently, but this week Fool of the Week is based on something that may happen in the future. So we all know that Tory MP Owen Paterson was found to have broken parliamentary rules on lobbying. A committee came to the decision that he should be suspended from Parliament for 30 days. Now, the Tory party attempted to tear up the ruling and succeeded. However, due to a backlash from within the party, the media and the public, they issued a U-turn. Then on Thursday, Owen Paterson, the MP at the centre of the corruption scandal, resigned his seat. So this takes us to Fool of the Week. Well, the seat is up for grabs now, because a by-election will be held there. So you would imagine that the main parties in England, Labour, Lib Dems and Greens, would form an informal pact as they could make sure that Boris Johnson doesn't just replace Owen Paterson with another Tory MP. Well, you'd be wrong. So this is from the BBC. It says, Labour rules out cross-party by-election candidate. Now, I want to show you North Shropshire. This is the constituency that Owen Paterson has held for the Conservatives for a number of years. But I want to look at two particular elections. So the one of 2017 and the one of 2019. Now, if we go back to 2017 for a moment, you can see that Paterson won with a majority of 16,355 votes. In 2019, he won with a majority of 22,949. Now, I want to ignore 2019 for a moment because it was a particular year. There was Brexit, get Brexit done. That helped a lot of Tories all over the country. So I think a better barometer is probably the 16,355 vote. Now, what's going in favour of the Conservatives and what's going against them here? And then I'll get to the Labour Party. So for the Conservatives, they have a pretty strong majority, 16,000. That's difficult to eliminate. So they're starting off from a strong position. But on the negatives, this seat was held because of Owen Paterson. He's a famous politician. He was an ex-minister. Whoever Boris Johnson attempts to parachute in there may not be able to hold on to this majority. It could completely evaporate, which would create an opening for the Labour Party, Lib Dems or Greens. Also, the problem of parachuting in somebody is that you would need a high-profile figure. But then a high-profile figure may not want to be associated with failure, because if this fails, it'd be extremely embarrassing for them and the Conservative Party. So what's probably more likely is that they will parachute in an unknown or relatively unknown candidate. But an unknown candidate is not going to hold on to this majority in the same way that Owen Paterson did. So that's a problem for the Conservatives, holding on to this majority, and the best tactics to do that. For the Labour Party, they need to form a pact. It's a struggle, it's an uphill struggle to eliminate this 16,000 majority. But if you combine forces with the Lib Dems and the Greens, there is a real possibility, taking into consideration what happened. Many Conservatives may not turn out to vote. They're disgusted with the Conservative Party over this. They may not turn out to vote, and that's a benefit for the Labour Party. Many who had originally considered voting for the Conservatives may want to give them a bloody nose and vote for the Lib Dems. But if there's a pact with Labour, they may vote for the Labour candidate in order to punish the Conservatives. So there is a real possibility. Once again, I'm not an expert on political strategy, and I don't know this constituency, but you have to try something. You have to form a pact. By not forming a pact, you're splitting the vote, and you're automatically increasing the chances that whoever Boris Johnson puts in there will win the seat. And you should be working against that. The objective must be to keep a Tory out. Because if a Tory doesn't win, it's a double hit for Boris Johnson. First of all, he doesn't win the seat, he loses the seat, and the seat goes to someone else. So that's like losing two seats in a way. And it's also extremely embarrassing for the party. They'll start to think, how should we deal with this? corruption is not something the public are too happy about. Maybe we'll see some more U-turns. Maybe Boris Johnson will take a step back and go, maybe I need to look at this in a new light. So, Fool of the Week is the Labour Party because they're not willing to form a pact. Perhaps I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time for our next Fool of the Week.